Hey guys, this is Justin with Clearplan. I just want to show you guys, we haven't gone over with a lot of our users the new zones page, and it's a really comprehensive way to look at your company. We're looking at Zane Investigations zone page right now. So it's really telling maybe about how your zones are built. Typically in your metropolitan markets, you're going to want your zone pages, your zones to be, somewhere between 30 and 60 total addresses in a day. That's something you could delegate maybe two resources to. So if you see zones that get a little bit higher, this zone's at risk of having too many addresses for an agent to be able to handle in a shift, obviously. So those are things you want to look for because it really helps you kind of read your company. If you guys aren't familiar with the zones page, the information that we're laying out for you, what we're trying to measure here, what we're trying to look at in this zone are total number of addresses in that zone, number of new addresses, number of single check-ins, addresses with single check-ins, and number of addresses that have not been checked in the last 5 days. The kind of typical course of action for me as I'm looking over my company, what I would do is I would click this. The number 57 is actually a link to that zone. So it will take you directly to that zone if you want to look at it in more detail. So when I click on this link to go to this zone, what I typically like to do is fade out all my accounts that have been run. So I had 28 accounts that haven't been run in the last 5 days. So if I fade that zone out, anything that doesn't fade out in this map has not been run within the last 5 days. So the next course of action for me is I want to see how far delinquent am I on these accounts. Do I need to send extra resources or do I have an agent that's underperforming in that area? So what I'll do is I'll use this tool, the show days since last check-in, to kind of analyze that zone a little bit closer. And as you can see, I'm looking across. It's fairly uniform. He's been to most of these addresses within the last 6 days. And the reason, obviously, you'd see some zeros for the Clearplan users that are more familiar. These were probably new accounts that were run within the last shift. So the 6 days, I don't have a lot in this area that are too far outdated. But if you look at an account that's been 6 days, hypothetically, if this had been 18 days since last run, what I would want to do is click on that from the office side. I'd want to change that icon, and what we use is the priority icon for an account that needs to be contacted or an account that needs updating. So I would change that so when the driver knows when he goes into that area that that account takes precedence and that account needs attention. So for now, it looks like that agent's going to come into this zone today, so I don't want to disrupt his flow. That's a pretty uniform account there. But in a quick snapshot, this is one of the ways that I function through the zones page, and this is kind of my course of action, what I do with the map when I look through the zones page. So if you guys have any questions, any suggestions, feel free to reach out to us. Obviously, to get a hold of us through the message board inside the app, and you can always email us or call us anytime. So we look forward to hearing from you guys. Be safe out there. Thank you.